What's going on, Chris? So, hey, I want to just film a quick video because here's my plan with this ecom thing I've been talking about. Um, is basically this: is I want to take you through the steps of launching a successful ecom store. Okay, because I want to sell programs doing this, but I want to actually go through the process of doing it with someone else using the same techniques. So one of the things I want to kind of take you through is actually a product you know, situation that we're doing. So here, I want to show you real quick a Survey Monkey thing we did. This is something you could do even if you don't have a list. You could do like a quiz, you could do a group. It really doesn't matter. But I use my existing list. So let me just log in here. Hide your prying eyes. Let's see. Here we go. And I can explain to you. Well, let me explain to you how I did this when we started this business. So what we did is we basically just did a quiz. We did like, design, we're like, design your dream arcade, and we started seeing what people were interested in, and that's how we started selling cabinets, and we were successful in selling cabinets. And then we saw a lot of consoles, so we did that too. So one of the things we're doing right now is we've been exploring the idea of doing a handheld game. All right. And we got, we sent it to our list, and we got 24 responses, which isn't too bad. I mean, we sent it on a kind of late on a whim. Usually get more, but it's enough to kind of give you an idea. And it just straight up asked them, would you be interested in owning a handheld arcade device? Yep. It looks like they would be. And then, basically we just asked them what style they want. This is really important. Like, asking them like what kind of features and benefits they want really helps you narrow down your search. So they go, PSP style. Okay, all right. And then I just asked them like what kind of features they want. I'm guessing this guy means games. Make sure it's got all the games, so like your arcades and thingies do. They always want this game. It's just insane. Okay. This guy's insane for a different reason. We're probably not going to find that. But this gives you kind of an idea of what generally will work. Okay. So what I do is I take that information and I come here because I come to Amazon because I know that I can find suppliers. A lot of the suppliers that we bought through sell on Amazon. So one of the things I'll do is I'll put like handheld arcade game, and I'll just see what comes up. Just totally just, hey, what is available to me? And this is actually, these are the types of consoles we were selling for a long time until we just decided like, nah, we're gonna make our own. But you can see kind of what's in here. And one of the things I put some parameters in. So the first thing I want to do is sell something. In this case, I want to sell something high ticket. And I think deciding like what price range you want to sell it at is helpful. If you're gonna do cold traffic, unless like in your case with like the info products you sell, I tend to want to go at least $150 or greater. I got away with it with the red dot at 60, but that was during the heyday of Facebook. Now I wouldn't even start on Facebook. I'd start on a PMax campaign. And what it does, the next thing I want to do is I want to then go, okay, I want something good. Like I don't want something that's just trash. So I put that in. It's giving me a lot of cabinets. That's fine. But now I'm kind of looking and going, okay, here, let's see what kind of options are out there for me. So if I don't find what I'm looking for some reason it's giving me that kind of stuff. So I'm going to come back up here. And I'm glad I kind of did that actually, because you're trying to like filter out stuff. So knowing that they want a PSP style game, let me, let me go ahead and just show you what that actually looks like. Let's put PlayStation. Kind of did this on a whim because I'm really excited about this. PlayStation PSP. There we go. And you can see what this looks like. This is kind of what this looks like right here. It has this sort of feel to it. This is actually a good place to start. So I would go about here. And what you're seeing is, okay, 142, I could probably make that work. It's borderline, but if it's good and I can get a good video with it, then it's definitely doable. 159, that's good. Retroid, that actually I really like this brand. So it's one I've been exploring. pet for you. I don't know what the hell that means, but you can see it has a ton of games, right? Like they have a ton of games. So this starts giving me a kind of an idea of what they might be interested in. Okay. And I'll show you another, we'll do a different uh, type of product. I think that'll be near and dear to your heart. But you can see there's a bunch of different options here. They're very similar. So what I would do in this case is first thing I would do is pick a couple and buy them and just test them out. And the reason why you obviously want to do that is you just want to make sure, hey, does it pass my own standards? And my standards, I want them to be higher than my customers. So if I like it and I'm having fun with it, then the next step from there would be to do a quick little video and say, hey, tell me what you think about this. We can get a great deal on this unit. Here's all the things you have. Would you be interested in something like this? Now let's try this for wine accessories. And I like to use something really general, wine accessories. Just not funny, just wine accessories. Let's go through the same rigmarole. Let's go. Let's start in this range, $100 to $200. Now, what you're going to find, basically, I'm sure you were going to get you probably guessed this way ahead of me, but you're going to find like timeless 6-wine glass system. I'm guessing it saves wine aerator. This is interesting. Okay, interesting. So this is like preserving wine. These are some examples. Now, the other thing that you want to look at is I look at the reviews, but I'm looking at the reviews in a different way. When I look at reviews, I'm looking at, does this have purchases? If there's like 200 plus reviews, then, how many people leave Amazon reviews out of the people purchase? I don't know what that percentage is, but I'm guessing even if it's 20%, multiply that by 5, hey, that's legit. That's a legit offer. I'm looking at all this stuff. This is interesting because you used to do that Satchel page. I don't know if you still work with them, but some really interesting things here. I think this is a pretty good niche because you could see people love their wine. My mom, I know for a fact, loves her wine. But what I kind of like is I also like looking for things where I could have potential accessory, upsells. But I don't buy them, Chris. I just like to know that there's those options out there, or there's things I can pair it with. Now, one of the other things, since we have a 200 and above, let's see what those look like. So you see here, like you got your bag, you got all this stuff right here. This is really custom 2-bottle wine bag set of 100. Interesting. So this could be something here that's an upsell at some point if you can customize that, or you can put your logo on there or whatever. But I don't know that that's a front end product, and you can see it has no reviews, so we don't know. But like this one's got 394 reviews. This one I would not do as a front end product. This would be an accessory upsell, this stopper thing here, because when you got actual physical costs of things, you really want to make sure you can get a margin. Even if you were to double the price of this, I don't know that would financially work. But a lot of these could work. You come down here, and again, this might be good. It's got 31. This aerator, it's got 31 reviews. So, but I don't know how many purchases it has, but you could see a lot of this stuff here. 158. There's some real good options that you could look at. So that's kind of how I go about doing it. Even the fridges, you could probably figure something like that out. Like, $570. If you could get purchases for, let's say you buy it for $150 and you get, purchases for $250. You're making a decent little margin off that. But then, it opens up all kinds of other upsell opportunities. So what you want to just kind of recap this. So the way that I would go through this is I would look at stuff you spend money on as pleasure purchases. So not necessities per se, like for example, golf clubs or wine accessories, video games, things. I love those types of things. Those are fun things to sell. The thing I would do is I would look at it and go, what do I spend money on? Like, go look at your if you love like wine, or like, we can even niche this down a little bit. Come on. That's why you don't lay off all these people. Sangria. Let's just put accessories just the same way. And you could see like there's options here. Like coupe glass. What? I there's some options here. Like this is interesting. This is for more like margaritas, but there's some really interesting items that you could make here. Um, so what you do is take a look at what you buy. Pleasure things that you buy. Try to find the highest ticket thing you bought. And if it's not high ticket, like above $100, think about a high ticket item you would like to buy. You would like to own, like you look and go, I'd like to have that. Then what you want to do is just go on Amazon and just go find that thing and see if it has purchases. And you can just, like I said, you can just tell by the reviews. Like if it has like hundreds of reviews, people are buying that thing. Okay, like they're just getting people to leave any kind of reviews hard, especially positive ones. But I usually just multiply that by like kind of like 5, and I go, okay, if 4 or 5 thousand people bought that, it's legit. Like I can make that work. I hope that was helpful. But yeah, let's launch a store. Well, it'll be something you want to do. I just have fun launching them anyway. I don't really care what it is, and just give me any kind of feedback that you thought might have been helpful. If I missed something, like I said, I kind of did this impromptu, but I think this is a really good exercise. This is an exercise we use. Ask your people if they'd be interested in something, and if you don't have a list, just give them a few options of things people will buy. Get them to be specific, get them to tell you what they want, and go find it. And then what happens is then, once you figure this out, like check this out. Go here, and you could start looking at things on here. And a lot of times what you'll find, Chris, is like if I go here, like you'll see a lot of the same thing. You'll see a lot of the same devices. And what I have found a lot of times when I go on here is I can find the actual product just by looking at the name of the brand. Corvin store. I don't know about these guys, but I've found quite a few for our stuff. Our controllers were being sold on Amazon, and they're great. They're fantastic. We haven't had a single refund on them. We've sold about 500 of them. So you can find some good stuff on here. So like I said, any feedback, anything I missed, or you like, hey, what about this? I wonder about that. Just respond to the email I send this in, and yeah, let's do this, man. Have fun hunting, and I'm gonna keep on top of you. Make sure you pick something. All right.